Welcome to a broadcast of the recent Lorain County Commissioners' General Meeting. Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Wednesday morning at the Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings and you are invited to attend. Agendas are posted prior to the meeting at www.loraincounty.us. Click on Departments to see the Commissioners page, then click on View Agenda.
Good morning. Could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to the Wednesday, December 18th, 2013 Lorain County Board of Commissioners meeting. Commissioner Kokoski has our dog today.
Hello, you little jumper. Come here, you. I got one. We have a little puppy today. Really cute Rottweiler mix. Very sweet. Was giving me kisses before the meeting. Come down to the dog kennel. When's he going to be available?
The green.
Available on the 20th. So a couple days you can come down and pick him up and take him home. What kind of present lasts for like 10 years? You know, I mean, a very inexpensive way to give your family a wonderful treat for this holiday season. Look at him. Jim, I think you need to come down and take him home. So come on down to the dog kennel. Take him home if he's not your style. We got plenty. We're pretty full, right? Mostly big dogs, no little dogs, because they usually give me the little ones. But they gave me a sweet one anyways, right? Because you're good. You're a good boy. All right, somebody's going to come get you, I promise. Okay, thank you. Come on, come on. I know you're a good baby. Yeah. Thanks.
Madam Clerk, can we proceed with the proclamation? And then I'd like to ask the board if we can go into an executive session for the purpose of ongoing labor negotiations in regards to UAW Local 2192.
Okay, I have the proclamation. Do you want to, Tom, you want to bring Karen up? Okay, bring her up to the podium, and I'll read the proclamation. In the matter of expressing our appreciation and best wishes to Karen Lecorchick on her retirement from Lorain County Commissioner's Emergency Management Homeland Security Office. Whereas Karen announced her retirement from her position as EMA-based project assistant effective December 31st, 2013, and whereas Karen is being recognized for 25 years of service to Lorain County. And whereas Karen was hired on November 9th, 1988 as a temporary full-time employee at 911 as MSAG, Master Street Address Guide Assistant, and whereas Karen was then hired full-time on February 9th, 1989 at E911 as Emergency Communication System Assistant, then transferred to EMA as EMA-based Project Assistant on July 1st, 1989. Whereas Karen is a caring, very cooperative, dependable worker, and all her untiring efforts, dedication, and humanitarian kindness will be remembered by her fellow workers. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Lorain County Board of Commissioners that we hereby express appreciation for faithful, conscientious, and rewarding service given by Karen Lecorchick to the Lorain County and its citizens. We wish Karen and her family the best of happiness, peace, and good health to be enjoyed throughout her retirement. Witnesses our signatures this 18th day of December 2013, Ted Kalo, Lori Kukowski, and Tom Williams.
Well, you know, Karen's like the mom in the office, and mom's leaving us. So I noticed this weekend we're supposed to maybe get some flooding, so I guess it's appropriate that she's still around. Just a quick thing, she started with the 911 agency. She put the master street address guide together, which is how the system looks up an address to tell which provider goes to it. So it was a big project, and she's been blessed now for, what, Karen, 23 years, something like that plus. So big shoes to fill, and a big learning curve for the person who gets hired to do the job. So.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your years of service.
Yeah, congratulations, and
Good
hope
luck to you.
Yeah.
We're going to miss you.
Okay.
Take care, Karen, and give you
Yeah. I hope you have a blessed Christmas.
Go down to the dog pound, get the dog retirement. There you go. Got plenty of time to take care of a puppy, right? There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion, the Board of Commissioners go into executive session.
I'll second.
Mr. Kayla?
Hold on, we have Kelly.
Prior to
Yep.
executive session.
You have to come up here.
Well, can you
there's
withdraw
no-
your
I'll
second
withdraw
then?
my second.
I'll withdraw my first.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead,
Go ahead.
come on up now, Kelly. Robert's rules and all that good stuff.
Yes, I understand. Good morning, Commissioners,
morning.
Mr. Cordes. Congratulations, Karen, on your retirement. We were a little we were a little nervous that Homeland Security was out there for us. I'm just saying. That's correct. That's correct. Snipers on the roof and such. My name is Kelly Fields. I'm the co-chair for the UAW at the Lorain County Department of Job and Family Services. It's our understanding that the commissioners will be going into executive session to vote on a tentative agreement that we have reached. It's the union's belief that with the difficulties that we've faced during the entire contract negotiations, that we will be able to go back and build on a harmonious and respectful working relationship with the management and the union. I would be remiss at this time if I did not thank all the members of their support of 2192 at Job and Family Services. Without them, we may not have been able to reach this tentative agreement. I would also like to thank the commissioners for allowing Jim Cordes to come to the table. It's the bargaining committee's opinion that when the right person comes to the table, a lot can be achieved.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're the right guy.
Thank you, Kelly. It was a privilege to work with you and your team last night and during the week.
Comments, Jim?
Oh, okay.
Have my hand, you go ahead, Jim, because I'd just like to say one little thing to piggyback on that, and then I'm done.
Well,
You
please.
have to come up
Yeah,
here.
come on up, Jim.
I'm done for this meeting.
Take that hat off, Jim, they can see that real smiling face. There you go.
As my daughter says, don't ever put.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Jim Sloane. I'm the president of UAW Lorain County CAP. Been doing this for about 46 years. But as my daughter told me, don't ever put my dad in the grave until you poke him with a stick or you check to see if his mouth is moving, because either one indicates, if you poke him, he jumps, he's not dead. But on a serious side, let me say this. I've been up here so much that I think that, we're all family sometimes, or we're all enemies, one of the two. And I don't like the enemy part, okay? But folks, let's understand one thing. This is what happens. We have a tentative agreement when you bring the right players to the table. And that's what we've been asking for. Right players to the table for something that's tentative, something we can look at. And I just want to say thank you to my brother from the International Union. Thank you to Mr. Cordes and thank you to the commissioners for allowing him to come there. This is what happens when the right people get to the table to talk about the right issues.
Thank you, Jim. Any more comments,
If-
Mr. Cordes?
I just want to finish. Well, we're not going to vote in executive session.
Right.
We're going to discuss it and come back out, just so the public doesn't think we're doing anything that we're not supposed to be doing. And it was a good session yesterday. We all rolled up our sleeves, and we're putting our employees back to work and getting them out of the cold, because they're truly our employees. And I'm proud of the work we did last night. We need to go talk about a few things, and it's my understanding the membership will vote this afternoon. I'm pleased that they were able to do that so quickly. I look forward to having those employees come back to work and reestablishing the wonderful relationships that we did have. We had a couple of little minor things, but we did have a good working relationship. And Mary Lou is here somewhere. I don't know if she's in the back of the room here. I asked her to come today, but I will tell you that she was on the phone throughout the negotiations last night too, and participating and put a lot of effort into this also. And I'd be remiss not to say that. And as Jim Sloane said, you know, we are all family at the end of the day. And sometimes families have a little disputes, but they get back together. With that, I'd like to go into executive session.
Now I'll
Thank you.
make the motion to recess into executive session.
Second.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Thank you.
Teresa will make a motion about executive session.
Reconvene. Well, I'll say where we reconvene and then that's all we do.
I still gotta come out of it.
What,
You want to just handle it, or you need to make a motion?
I think Esposito.
Oh, okay, all right.
Who's in there? Is Mary Lou and Esposito in there to talk with Wayne Grove?
I don't know what. They're handling it. That's their job.
Back of the room when we're done. They'll work next mine is not.
Okay, you ready?
They're just minor things that they gotta finish up.
All right, we ready? Hey, guys, we're ready to start up again?
Commissioners have reconvened from executive session.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to accept the tentative agreement as given to us by Mr. Cordes.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to thank our management team, Mary Lou and her team, Jim Cordes, thank you very much. I'd like to thank representatives from 2192 and the International, Mr. Wayne Kelly and your team, that we can get this done and get everybody back to work, doing what we do best, serving the public.
You want to mention that this is only like the second time ever that the commissioners voted for the tentative agreement before the union, so we can hopefully expedite this and get these people back to work and out of the cold.
Thank you guys for everything you do. I know a lot of the people in the public were worried about year-end contracts and having you back to work, and I just want to say thank you for coming back to the table and helping get this done. So,
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Un-
Why don't you just take a 2-second break so that they can.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
so
think they want to sit here and hear you go through the rest
do
of
through
your
our
business.
35 agenda items for
It's
cleanup.
up to you.
Yeah.
You guys
Thank you.
can,
Madam Clerk, can you start with the resolutions?
Under number 1, Job and Family Services bills.
So moved.
second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Investments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under the Commissioners, authorize various personnel actions as indicated on the summary sheet for employees within jurisdiction of Lorain County Commissioners.
Mr. Cordes?
Thank you, Commissioner. I do have several potential appointments and hires, Golden Acres, Workforce Investment, Workforce Development Agency. And also, I want to discuss this potential sale or transfer or purchase of real estate. And I want to finish having a conversation. While we voted on this, I want to have a few more discussion points with regard to implementation of what you executed this morning with regard to ongoing labor negotiations with United Auto Workers. All of those topics are allowable for executive session discussions under the Sunshine Law, so to ask at the conclusion of our regular board meeting today, we go into the executive session and we talk about those items that I have specified. Thank you.
Thank you.
Approve and waive the reading of the minutes of December 11th and 16th.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Appoint Tim Moore as Lorain County's Apiary Inspector for the year 2014. Total amount appropriation is $3,400 with mile reimbursements of 52 cents per mile.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Authorize County Administrator to provide and execute all necessary documents effective December 19, 2013 through December 31st, 2013 for the year-end close activity, including but not limited to transfers, advances, repayments, appropriations, requisitions, travel, bills, payroll-related transactions, and payments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Approve the 2014 Special Revenue Annual Appropriation.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under Community Development, amend NSP 3 agreement with City of Elyria for purpose of adjusting budgets. Set increase for acquisition rehab activity from $191,000 to $242,135, and demolition activity from $262,000 to $272,000, thereby deducting $51,135 from county's acquisition rehab and $10,000 from demolition to increase the City of Elyria agreement not to exceed $644,135.
Any comments at all, Don, or no?
Real quick.
Don Romancik, our Community Development Director.
Thank you. We are coming to the end of NSP 3. You're going to probably see a couple more of these resolutions as we continue to adjust funds to make sure we get as much out the door as possible. We do have an expenditure deadline of March 4th. Elyria had other funds committed, NSP 1 towards the rehabs. And so this way we're getting the NSP 3 out the door before that expenditure deadline. We still have additional money to spend at the county, and also we'll be looking to reallocate funds from Lorain. I'm waiting on some final confirmation from them. So again, you're going to probably see a couple more of these resolutions all the way through the beginning of March.
We were going to modify the MOU with the Port Authority so that we can continue doing this
Yes.
next month.
We would
Do we
like
need a
to.
resolution doing that from the floor?
We've got, the MOU's been drafted, and I can bring that down, but we can do it from the floor. I would greatly appreciate
Well,
it.
yeah, I think we need to do that. You know, and in fact, Sandy, I have a couple issues sitting on my table over there that we need for WDA too. Are they in the folder here? Excuse me?
She'll check.
Okay, I'll look in here. I'm sorry for the shortness, Commission, but we've been
Right,
pretty
busy.
busy. But I would like to, you know, after you pass this, have Don go up and get that resolution. We want to make sure we continue the process, and while we're down for a month and a half, it becomes challenging. So Don came up with a way that we can continue the progress. And you have money for Oliver Street too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's
Right.
on here, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a later item, but that was an interest item to some of the commissioners. Perfect.
So is
Okay.
NSP 3, is that use it or lose it when you say we have a deadline?
Yes.
Okay.
And we've been doing very well, but we need to continue to push hard. In fact, I was out looking at a house yesterday, and we'll continue to look and work with the Port Authority then for acquisition rehab.
The Oliver Street's going to be good for us. That's all our own first
Yes.
rehab.
Right.
Okay, so I know there've been a lot of problems with the property,
Right.
and you had some very concerned neighbors who actually wanted to try to buy it and
They
tear it
wanted to
down.
buy it
and
and tear it down themselves, so.
But it's a good rehab project, so I'm excited about going to the next level of trying to stabilize neighborhoods through doing redevelopment rather than demolition. And so we'll be watching this project real closely to get it done.
Thank you, Don.
you.
I'll
You're
make a
welcome.
motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Advertise RFPs for CDBG, which includes the CHIP FY14, notice to be in the Chronicle on December 20th and receive until January 21st at 4 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Award contract to Olde Towne Windows, Inc., Mylan, in the amount of $75,072.80, which includes a contingency for any unforeseen change orders for the rehabilitation of 759 Oliver Street, Sheffield Lake, in accordance with the NSP 3 to be paid from the contract services account. Issue notice to proceed on or before December 18th, and authorize administrator to notify the auditor to release retainage at completion of project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
May I have just a further word on this
Without a
property?
doubt.
So that it doesn't come up later, and not just with the board, but other folks out in the community. Understand that we're probably not going to recoup the money that goes into this home completely. part of these funds for redevelopment are tasked to actually improve the housing stock in those markets that a private development wouldn't touch. I doubt that the home will ever be worth $75,000 after the rehab, and I'm not sure that it's not going to be as high as $90,000 going into this home when we're done with tertiary issues with it.
Because we got the property for like 5,000.
Correct,
From
and we
the
got it.
bank.
We worked with the
First
bank.
Federal did a
This-
great job with
Right.
us.
The bank wrote down a ton on the mortgage on this. This property fell into rental use, and then it fell into disrepair. And then outside of that, the mortgage went delinquent, and it was lingering. So the bank partner, they wrote it down. We got it at a very, very inexpensive cost. But part of the task in the NSP funds that we were granted from the federal government is to improve the housing stock. And it's known going in that you're not going to get a dollar for dollar return on that investment. I want to say that now so that we're not having these conversations in May or June, and we probably will have them, but we can remind ourselves that we did speak to that issue now. Sometimes people have been critical in other jurisdictions of these type of projects, but in order to meet the goals and objectives, this is what we have to do.
Well, Jim, that's what the NSP is, a neighborhood stabilization program, fixing those neighborhoods that are still in relatively good shape and not leaving bad houses, dilapidated houses, or leaving vacant properties that nobody's gonna build on.
It's the next
Keeping the
step.
neighborhood strong,
It's the
correct.
next step.
So, and this is a great neighborhood, Oliver, I mean,
And the other thing is too, it will continue to receive property taxes on the,
Well, we'll reintroduce it back
Right.
into the tax base as a productive,
instead of just a vacant piece of property.
productive property for the schools, levy activities and so forth, exactly. I'm not gonna tell you that the ROI is gonna be there in a very short
Right.
period of time, but it will begin to be productive and sharing the cost in the community of those services.
thank you. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under Job and Family, authorize various personnel to utilize the various credit cards not to exceed 4,000. Said usages for work-related expense, food, transportation, gas and oil, motor vehicle repair and maintenance, conference, telephone, and lodging.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Authorized purchase service contract with El Centro de Service Socialist, Inc., Lorain, to provide Spanish consultant services for calendar fiscal year 14 in the amount not to exceed 800, effective January 1st, 2014 through December 31st, 2014. Authorized director to execute on behalf of the Board of Prosecutors' approval as to form and amend for changes in programming content and increase.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Approve and enter the renewal agreement with Maximus and Concord in the amount of $3,700 to update the space cost report.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under sanitary, enter an agreement with K.E. McCartney Associates, Mansfield, in the amount of $150,000 for various general engineering consulting services on a task order basis for 24 months, paid through the professional service sanitary account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Amend number 5 to K.E. McCartney Associates, Mansfield miscellaneous sanitary and water services agreement to include additional cost of $7,500 to complete the monitoring work on the excessive I&I flow coming from southern Amherst 104 area along the South Oberlin Road, and flow meters have been placed at the intersection of Middle Ridge Road and Telegraph Road. Data from these meters will determine if the I&I flow is from Lorraine's Oberlin Road trunk sewer or from county's airport and 104 collectors. Authorize the administrator to execute on behalf of the board with prosecutors' approval as to form.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under solid waste, extend the contract with RET3 Job Corp. Inc., Cleveland for e-scrap transportation and recycling services for 2014 to be paid from the e-scrap recycling services account.
Mr. Bailey?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This is the last extension on our e-scrap contract with RET3. We will be going out for bid next year. So this is no additional cost. So
They've done a
we're-
good job for us.
Yes, they have. They've been our contractor since we started in the program 9 years ago. So
Stay there, though. Let me make the motion on this one. So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Approve the request from Boys and Girls Club of Lorain County for 20 refurbished computers to be used at their community events for education and programming purposes.
Mr. Bailey?
These are computers that come from RET3 that are refurbished. This is the 10th anniversary of this program. I don't know if the commissioners know that, but we'll be bundling up a nice little report after the first year, report on how our first 10 years of giving computers away in the refurbished program. These are going to the Boys and Girls Club for their program up there. All right.
Wonderful. Also moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Per request from Connect Lorain County for 60 refurbished computers to be distributed to qualifying residents to complete a specific computer training course at the community college.
Mr. Bailey?
You remember the Connect Your Community project a few years ago. This is ongoing effort by the college, our partner, the college, to continue this program. It's a lot smaller scale, but 60 computers will make it work for Tim this year.
So people completing the computer, or the class at the college, they get a free computer.
Yep.
And they just drive right through our facility and they have a little,
Yep.
you know,
Have a little
voucher and they pick it
certificate, they pick up
and-
their
yeah, I was
PC
there
and they
the
go.
one-
Yeah.
One time that was going on, and it worked very well.
Yes, it does.
Also moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Extend the contract with Environmental Recycling Group Bowling Green for fluorescent lamp ballast collection and recycling services for 2014 to be paid from the fluorescent lighting account.
Mr. Bailey?
This is again our last extension on this contract. We'll be going out for bid this year for 2014 for 2015, but this is the last extension. We worked very well with this company. This is the first time we've been with them. This is their third year with us coming up. They are a processor of lamps, and they've also bid on our haz waste contract, so you get another competitor in there.
Are we going to try to do something to, they're still not doing was it the ballast or?
Yeah, we're still doing the ballast with them,
Yeah.
but we're having problems finding a processor for PCB ballasts now to recycle them.
We're going to try to solve that in the.
Yeah, we're
market.
going to try to solve that this time around.
Perfect, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Also moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey.
Great job.
Under the Transit, approve and enter an agreement with the City of Oberlin to provide transportation service effective January 2nd through December 26, 2014. City of Oberlin will provide $25.07 per hour used as a grant match plus $50 monthly fee to cover administrative expenses. No county general funds will be used.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under Domestic Relations, authorize courts, juvenile branch judges, and staff to utilize the county's Laura Met Visa card.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under the engineer, proceed by force count for normal and general maintenance and repair during the year 2014 on county roads for the safety of the traveling public.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Post load limit signs that state weight limit reduction by 25% on various county roads for the thaw and moisture period in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 5577.07, effective February 1st, 2014 through May 1st, 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Request NOACA to place 2 projects on their transportation plan for the Federal HSIP Funds. Authorize engineer to execute applications, and local will be paid from the OPWC if available. One is Baumhart Road and Middle Ridge Road intersection improvement, fiscal year 17. Total project cost is $720,000. 80% HSIP, $576,000, and 20% local is $144,000. Overland Road and Middle Ridge Road intersection improvement, fiscal year 17. Total project cost $257,000. 80% HSIP, $205,600, and 20% local is $51,400.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Under the Sheriff, authorize Sheriff Stamini and Lieutenant Reinhardt to utilize the Visa credit card not to exceed $3,500 for conferences, food, lodging, transportation, telephone, gas, and oil, or vehicle maintenance and emergency repairs of county-owned or leased vehicles, and payment on internet services used in criminal investigations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Cordes?
I have a couple of things, Commissioners. It's the end of the year, so we're trying to get everything in and scrape together here. I'm going to let Don explain this first one so that we can continue over the next 5 to 6 weeks to utilize our NSP funds, the last thing we want to do is send anything back that could be used here to improve our community. Don, you want to pick it up from there?
Yes, the Memorandum of Understanding before you actually authorizes the county to work with both the Land Reutilization Corp. And the Port Authority. While I was upstairs making copies, did have a another brief conversation with Pat Metzger, the Port Authority Executive Director, and what we feel is probably best if we just work with the Port Authority itself at this point in time. And that's one less vote and one less board this needs to go through just to assist in expediting. Not to say that we can't work with the Land Reutilization Corp. Sometime in the future, but for what we're attempting to do right now, the Port Authority is actually the best instrument for where we're at. This memorandum actually allows the Port Authority, with the assistance of the county, to acquire property, to rehab the property, and to dispose of the property. And it can be done either by the county buying it back under a prescribed position if we wanted to sell it ourselves. Unlikely to do, but that is an option in there. Or more importantly, allow the Port Authority to then sell the property, and the NSP funds will be used to make sure, in this case, where the Port Authority is reimbursed for all of their costs, including the costs it takes for the staff to actually sell the property. The county would still have to do the environmental reviews, make sure compliance with the HUD regulations. The other big one is the income verification for the families that would be acquiring these properties. Again, these are for acquisition rehab and for income-eligible families. And as a reminder, an income-eligible family is 120% or less of area median. So that means for a family of 4, which is typically the standard, it's about $73,000 a year that a family can make and still afford one of our homes. So these are not by any means all low-income housing or like we did with NSP1 working with LMHA. These are meant for homeowner occupants.
Thank you very much. So we need a resolution supporting the Memorandum of Understanding for property acquisition and conveyance between the County of Lorain, Lorain County Land Realization Corporation, known as the County Land Bank, and Lorain County Port Authority. I will move.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Did you have a copy?
She needs that.
Yeah, I got
Thank you.
Jim signing it down there.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Don, you'll email that to me?
Commissioners, I'm going to request a resolution in support of LECO. We've been a member of LECO. They're asking their member counties to commit to purchasing local electricity if it's generated locally. We would be making a commitment of purchasing at least 10% of our needs locally if economically feasible. So it doesn't lock us in, but it demonstrates a commitment that we're sincere about our participation. It leaves us the ability to not be committed should we find economies elsewhere to purchase our energy. I think we need to do this so that we can continue to try to move LECO forward. You know, they've struggled a bit, but they're still moving forward, and it's good for Northeast Ohio.
We've actually gotten a $4+ million grant from Department of Energy a year ago, figuring the first part of the project, which the next round coming up, and probably Mike's been acting as my proxy up here. If Mike Challenger can join us,
There's
we
like
can
a-
go on. I've had discussions with Ashtabula already passes. Cuyahoga County is passing and/or signing off on it. The powers of the county executive.
Correct.
Go ahead, give me an update from there.
At the directors' meeting this week, all the counties stated that they were going to pass a resolution this week, with the exception of Cuyahoga County, and with their new form of government, the executive director was going to sign a memorandum of understanding.
Okay. Yeah, they have a different form. Their their charter form versus statutory. So I knew there were an issue there, but this will then
Right.
put us an opportunity to move us a little bit farther up on the chain on the next round of funding. Correct, Mike?
There are 7 projects that the Department of Energy has funded $4 million this calendar, or not calendar year, but a 12-month period. At the end of February, we're going to submit a report to document what we said we were going to do to the Department of Energy, show what we did and what we're going to do if we had additional funding. In next April, they're going to award 3 projects, $46.7 million over a multiple year period. And so we hoped, we're the only project that's in the Great Lakes, and the Great Lakes has a large potential value to generate electricity close to where the people live.
Right. Well, actually, I think Avon Lake's got the highest quadrant when it comes to wind.
Avon Lake has a very a good wind resource off the
Right.
shore of Avon Point.
Yeah, now, going into that, there's 7 quadrants in your wind categories. Avon Lake is about a 4, which kind of average on there. Who are they going to be looking at to actually study the technology on this to see if it's going to provide the energy source that is truly needed? Looking
Over
at the
the-
wind turbines, I know it's one of the lower efficient energy sources of alternate energy, but just wondering who's actually doing the engineering on this.
Actually, the studies have been completed for 6-7 years now, where they installed a tower at the crib, the water crib for the
Well,
Cuyahoga
to
County,
measure it.
and they've been collecting data.
Right.
That data has demonstrated to utility, or not utility, but to wind manufacturers that their turbine could produce power.
All right, that's
At
the
those
key,
wind speeds.
manufacturers.
And what they're going to do is, these turbines are made in the U.S. by Siemens, and Siemens is the largest offshore wind turbine manufacturer in the world. They said they could take that turbine and adapt it, make it waterproof, so to speak, and install larger blades on it so they can produce more power at lower wind speeds. And by being in the water as opposed on land, there's less restrictions of the wind, so the flow is very good. And that's why Avon Point, the wind predominantly comes from the southwest, and Avon Point is a great area to collect that wind. And
Well, Jennifer
generate.
Fenderbosh from Avon Lake's been involved with this from the beginning too, 06, 07.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
Great Lakes
she's been
Wind Energy.
participating.
Right, so, I mean, yeah.
What's nice about Lake Erie is that a number of coal plants have been closed. And so the transmission lines are very near the water, and you need transmission to get the power to the consumers. So this,
That's another reason why Avon Point makes some sense, because they have a lot of transmission lines there.
Correct.
You also said Lake Erie is one of the shallower lakes.
it's one of the shallowest lakes, so the infrastructure to get the turbine above the water to collect the wind
Less
is
costly.
less costly too.
Yeah, the key to it, though, is the wind quadrant. If you have no wind, you have not. You know, it's just
Right.
being a 4 there. So, I mean, I'm okay with the project if it makes economic sense. I just want to make sure we're not getting any type of fuzzy math where it's going to try to show a economic boost with things that aren't going on. You drive out to Cedar Point, you see the wind turbines, they're hardly ever moving out there, and it's because it's a low wind quadrant. I mean,
Right,
They're on
depending
land,
on-
there.
And it's on land.
On the area, there's a
Right.
lot of
Again,
variables.
It's how you measure it, it's the actual wind, the quadrant, the miles per hour, land or wind. You can go out to Kansas, Kansas has a wind quadrant of 7,
Correct, yeah, they're all the
So-
way down the entire corridor
Right.
there, without a doubt.
so just keep, I'm just saying, keep a
Well,
watchful eye on
The
it.
interesting thing with this whole project is, if we're successful in obtaining the 46, we still have to document to the financiers that there is enough wind to generate, and there's a potential for a payback and recovery of the funds that they're lending to build the turbines.
If not, it
So-
won't go.
Right.
Right.
We gotta get to that point
And that's
where
what
we
I'm talking about with the math, just making sure that the formula's right, that, you know, I was in quality, I was in statistics, I understand what you can do with numbers. So, thanks, Mike.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
Mike.
you.
Also move.
Second?
Anything further? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Teresa.
You know, there's those that said if we need a wind quadrant, we should probably put the turbine in this room.
I was thinking the same thing, I just didn't want to say it out loud.
But that's a little levity here. It was getting a little technically sophisticated there, like, I just passed 2 resolutions to Madam Clerk that have to do with workforce development that came over from Mike Longo. And if she could read those for you, we can have a discussion if we need to on those.
As you can see, it's been an extremely busy week in trying to get everything on the agenda. It's been difficult.
Approve and enter in contract with Lorain County JVS to facilitate a customized training program on behalf of Olsen Homecare LLC, DBA Visiting Angels, Lorain. The amount requested is $6,000 with employer contribution of $3,000, and we have funds in the amount of $3,000.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? Mr. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Approve and enter in a purchase service contract with Workforce Institute in Lorain County to serve as the one-stop servicing coordinated entity effective January 1st, 2014 through June 30th, 2015 in the amount not to exceed $1,154,804.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Also, I don't have a resolution for it prepared. Our contract with First Transit expires at the end of the year. I would like to get a resolution from the board to extend that contract for 3 months. We're going out with an RFP. They've actually reduced their cost for that 3-month extension, and I think they're preparing to make an aggressive bid. And you may say, well, we're at the end of this amount of years, why are they reducing it? But we all know that fuel cost has been slowly dropping over the years. Each time the fuel has come down, First Transit has been able to reduce their price a bit. Obviously, if fuel goes back up, there's provisions for that to happen too. But
Recoverables.
I remember just a couple of years ago when we were working on this contract, the diesel fuel was costing us mid-$4. It was so, because that's a big operational cost to us, that makes the price fluctuate. They've been a good provider. I'm happy with them. I'm hopeful they're going to be successful in the RFP. Only time will tell, but I recommend we make that 3-month extension.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
And I'm sure the board had got copies of this, but you never know anymore. I am in receipt of the Court of Common Pleas judgment entry on their budget for next year. Only bringing it up because people need to realize that once we get one of these, we don't have a choice on the budget. And I see Commissioner Williams smiling there. He never likes to see these.
It's unnecessary.
Well, we just wanted to make the public aware that we get them. Now, it's their right to do
Yeah.
that, but locks our hands. With that, I would like to wish everybody a happy holiday season. This is our last meeting of the year. It's not our last workday, but it's our last meeting. It's been a really challenging and tough year for everybody, both in the public sector and the private sector. Our recovery has been slow all around Lorain County, and there's still a lot of folks that need a helping hand. And so I would wish everybody a happy holiday and safe holiday, and please be charitable to your neighbors. It's still challenging for most folks out there. Thank you.
Mr. Ennis?
Commissioners, I have one issue regarding a real estate transfer matter that I would like to discuss with you in executive session.
Commissioners report.
Well, I just want to thank our bargaining team and the bargaining team over at Job and Family Services for finally coming to a tentative agreement, and hopefully that will pass this afternoon, and everybody will be back to work and out of the cold and have a very happy and healthy holiday season to everyone. And if you don't know what to get your neighbor, your friend for Christmas, go down to the Lorain County Dog Kennel and adopt a dog for them.
Okay. Ask them first if they'd like a dog.
No, you don't have to ask. They'll say no.
I would have picking that same dog up in a month. Yeah, I'd just like to thank the bargaining unit and our team for putting this together and finally getting past this issue, get everybody back to work. I'd like to thank our staff for such a hard year of work and getting everything accomplished, as short-staffed as we are. Looking forward to getting into the first of the year and moving forward as we try to increase the revenues and we pick things up, and hopefully the economy will continue to turn over for us. And Jim, we had a couple issues, we just didn't get them done, but the issue I sent you in regards to the fire and damper services.
We were going to talk, but we're so busy with this other
Yeah,
stuff.
we just didn't get it done, so first of the year we'll get that.
You sure you don't want to try to have a discussion on it? I mean, I can, well, you sure the first year is going to be good enough for?
I'll have to pull all the paper again. I got so much other stuff sitting here, but I wish we could have talked about some of that, just in issue safety of our buildings and stuff like that. As things are getting older and we're not putting as much capital improvements into those, we really need to look at it from a maintenance end. Since
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
we
doing-
have a lot of that equipment. We have a ton of it.
Exactly, and I know it's costly to take care of it when it's after the fact, so maybe having all the inspections done ahead of time, we can steer off some of our issues. But all the heat did work this week. Thank you, Karen Davis, and our maintenance crews. Again, Merry Christmas to everyone. As Mr. Cordes said, this is our last meeting of the year unless as needed. We still have time to have one or two more that can be called, correct, Clerk?
You can do whatever you please to.
Wow, I
obviously
wish I
you-
was married to you,
Just
then he
call
told me
me.
those things.
Technically, if you really wanted to do, you never have to end the meeting, you just stay in session and be in recess, so.
That makes it hard for my minister.
Yeah.
We can end it and we'll call another one.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. Commissioner Williams?
Yeah, again, as everyone stated, thank you to the staff for doing a wonderful job this year, for working on the contract to get it resolved. Mr. Cordes, a lot of that boys to you, so appreciate all the work that you put in, the long hours, and to UAW 2192 for coming up and working with us to get this resolved and get the people back to work. Merry Christmas to everyone. We won't be back till next year. Looking forward to 2014. Want to wish you a blessed holiday and a new year. I know I'm going to spend my time with my family, friends, and I hope that you're able to do the same thing. And it's a little late now for the Christmas season, but the Murray Ridge Center, they actually make cards. And yeah, these cards are made up. Here's one made, Santa Claus. Thank you, Hal. I'll put it over my face so you don't get distracted. You're gonna find a lump of coal in your stocking. But they do a wonderful job out there, and the revenue that's generated goes to help these group. And they have birthday cards, Easter cards, and Father's Day, Mother's Day, all the holidays. So please consider using them for your Christmas cards or holiday card needs. And again,
Don't they have the person's picture on the back that actually
Yes.
did the card?
yeah. Hal, if you can come in.
It actually shows who the person is that made the drawing. That's really nice. Yeah, it's too hard. Thanks, though.
But thank you for help for trying. And
But you couldn't do that live stream.
I was thinking of that, too. Thank you.
actually you
Give
could.
you a good one, the other, we gotta get one back.
Yeah. We haven't talked.
I'm trying to save myself. And then
I need
Jim,
one more
you know.
vote. But no, just, again, Merry Christmas to everyone. It's been a true blessing serving you this year, and look forward to next year.
Madam Clerk?
All right, January 13th at 9:30 will be the Commissioners' Organizational Meeting. January 13th at 11 o'clock will be our Transportation Improvement District meeting. January 21st at 11 o'clock will be our Storm District meeting. January 22nd at 9:30 a.m. will be our Commissioners' first regular board meeting, and the State of Ohio mileage reimbursement for 2014 will be 52 cents. Board
Okay.
correspondence.
Move the reading be waived.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Public comment?
Anyone wishing to address the board this morning? Mr. Shallow?
You already had your 3 minutes. Sorry, sir.
You're coming up to talk about wind
I'm sorry,
quadrants
I would
again,
be
Mike?
remiss if I didn't say this. Commissioner, or, excuse me, Mr. Cordes mentioned the economy in Lorain County. And again, this purchase of the offshore wind, it isn't just about putting turbines in the water and buying power from it. It's about creating a new industry in Northeast Ohio, of which Lorain County, Lake County, Ashtabula, and Lorain County are all participating together. A few years ago, the 4 counties signed an agreement for revenue sharing, which is unheard of in the state of Ohio. So LEADCO and Lorain County has helped spur LEADCO into being more cooperative and regional in the aspects of thinking. So I just would like to make sure that you understand it's not about buying the power, it's about creating an industry in Northeast Ohio.
Right.
Correct.
Because of our logistics, we are within 70% of the population within 500 miles of the entire country.
Right, and we have many underutilized ports that could be rejuvenated
Correct.
for offshore. So I just wanted to make that comment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy
Mike.
holidays.
Anyone
Thank you.
else wishing to address the board? Thank you, everyone. I'll make a motion to go in executive session as outlined by the county administrator and county prosecutor.
And I'll second.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
This has been a broadcast of the recent Lorain County Commissioners' General Meeting. Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Wednesday morning at 9:30 at the Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and you are invited to attend. Agendas are posted prior to the meeting at www.loraincounty.us. Click on Departments to see the Commissioners page, then click on View Agenda for a printable copy of the agenda.